Hey guys, Slender Magic here, and this video is going to offend you, and if it does, please leave a comment about how pissed off you are in the comment section so I can ban you, and then hopefully you can get the fuck off my channel. So this Gary Busey looking creepy motherfucker who works at, well not anymore, worked at Star City Games, just got fired for allegedly sexually harassing a bunch of women. Yeah, multiple women on multiple occasions. And so a group of women came forward and they're just like, hey, we got some complaints about this dude. Like they're fellow coworkers at Star City Games. And they're just like, hey, you know, all those drunken parties that apparently Star City Games throws, that can't be right. I'm reading a couple sources that said, yeah, the Star City Games company get together is just them like doing shots, which brilliant move, any company that would do that. So anyway, this, creepy looking, I never grew up, I'm a liberal man baby, my parents didn't raise me correctly, piece of human garbage. He was apparently saying and doing inappropriate things with women in that scenario. Women that he works with. I mean, I hate to quote the 1950s, but it's still true. What the hell did his parents do to screw him up that much? I mean, not even just like abuse or something. I mean, tell him to treat women with respect. When did that never come up? It really does come down to the parenting when you see people like this. It's either like the douchebaggy, super macho, my dad raised me to be a manly man, football player asshole who thinks drinking is hilarious, saying inappropriate things to women at bars and stuff because that's just what they think is cool. Or it's these creepy ass weirdos that are so far left, which by the way, if you're wondering where I'm getting this from, it's Star City Games. Everybody who works there is like, if there was a percentage scale of how far left you are, Star City Games is 95% and up. I mean, two people I know went to two different events that were held by Star City Games. They said 1/3 to half of the judges there are gay or trans. So that's, by the way, an illegal hiring practice, obviously. Is it 1 in 200 or 1 in 400 people that are even gay, let alone trans? Trans, it's up in the thousands. So to handpick those people and purposely not hire straight white males, that's illegal. But when your entire worldview is more important than your career, your company, business, money, or anything else, and you just run your entire life with SJW bullshit in mind, you get a company like Star City Games. They're an absolute fucking disgrace to the Magic community and society as a whole, really. So you hire bad people, and let me just reiterate this, because this is going to confuse some people. People like to simplify it to, oh, well, there's this side and that side, conservatives, liberals, but then again, there's fiscal conservatives, moral conservatives, there's people in the middle, there's moderates, there's extremes, which is the entire company of Star City Games. But it's just people disagreeing on, philosophy and government and moral issues and how to run a society. It's just a difference of opinion, different people, different views. But what you might be forgetting is literally any study or pile of statistics ever about far left nut jobs. I mean, employment, just sex crimes, you name it, they're worse at it. They're unemployable. They live at home 10 times more than any other category. They're pathetic failures of society. They're miserable pieces of shit where if they didn't get a job at some hyper-liberal shithole, they would be working at McDonald's. No offense to anybody who works at McDonald's, just kidding. Much offense. What the fuck? Get a sales job or something. My brother didn't go to college. He works at FedEx, makes a lot more than I did, even as CIO of the last company I was at. Oh my God. Can you imagine some social justice nutcase liberal activist lunatic trying to work for FedEx? I don't like the size of your American flag on the front lawn, so I just dropped your package. And you just got your dumb ass fired for not being able to keep your stupid mouth shut, you activist fucktard. Once again, please leave your hate comments down in the comments section. They're all moderated and put on at least a 1 hour delay so that I can read them first. I don't just want to ban you, I need to ban you because society needs you to shut the fuck up. I'd be more than happy to help. So anyway, this complete failure as a person who thinks it's cool to get drunk at a company party and touch women inappropriately, allegedly, he just got fired from Star City Games, obviously, which implies that there's enough evidence, the company could just be in cover your ass mode and then they'll just hire him back if it turns out to be bullshit. But I feel like they would have been smarter than that. Really any company is smarter than that. They don't just fire somebody due to accusations. They would put them on administrative leave or whatever, paid or otherwise, while they investigate. But this seems like it was pretty quick. It was just everybody said it and they're like, okay. And here's what the tipping point for me is if I were to take sides. Because remember, liberal feminist shithole and he's a white male. I mean, they could just be like, we don't like this guy. He made one off-color comment about Trump. We're going to make up sexual harassment, things about him. And everybody would go along with it because it's just the type of people that work there. So people might be saying, this is all manufactured, perhaps. But Oh my gosh, are the people coming out of the woodwork on Twitter and Reddit and everywhere where they're like, oh, that Stevens guy, yeah, I heard about him. Oh, that's interesting. What'd you hear? Oh, you heard about an incident, oh, friend of a friend, or you heard a rumor that he likes to do this or do that, or oh, that's interesting. Fucking do something about it. Why the hell do we need an entire group of women that he personally works with to be the ones to stop him? This is ridiculous. I mean, this is some Bill Cosby shit right here. Remember how Bill Cosby got caught? You know how this all started? It was one comedian who said in this little act, he's like, oh yeah, he's talking about morals and this and that, and he's a rapist. And everybody laughs thinking, oh, he's being sarcastic because Cosby's a nice guy. He had a wholesome TV show and he's one of the cleaner comics out there. It's like, no, I heard, friend to friend, rumor, industry, Hollywood stuff, people telling me, yeah, word gets around. But nobody fucking did anything. Like, if word gets around that a person is drugging and raping women, maybe you should do something about it other than tell your friend and then post about it on Facebook. I mean, he just heard about it online. He's like, I said, my friends are like, yeah, didn't you hear he had rape allegations? So obviously, just getting handsy and being a perv, basically. I don't know if that's the right description. He likes women. I mean, perv kind of, implies some weirder shit, but I don't know, what would you call it? Impulse control or whatever? He was just an alcoholic and has really poor judgment. I don't know. Either way, the type of moral fabric that somebody would have to do something like this, he's a douchebag. Okay, there's no excuse. There's no, oh, I was drunk, so it's all okay. Anything you do while you're drunk is something you would normally do, but then be able to stop yourself if you're sober. I mean, I don't drink, and in fact, I think that all alcoholic beverages should be banned from all of America, because why do they even exist? But I don't think even 18 beers later that I'd be like, let's touch women. That seems like a good idea all of a sudden. No, my judgment would never get that impaired, okay? That's just utterly disgusting. To treat any other human being like that is so at a basic level ridiculous that I don't think any amount of drinks is going to make that okay in my mind. And I think I could say the same about 80-90% of people. I think it would stop at, no, maybe I'm not that bad at karaoke. I think that's as far as it would get. So yeah, anybody make an excuse, oh, he was drunk, get over it, it's okay. No. So anyway, this piece of garbage, as of what I've heard, is just turtling now. He's just hiding from all media, not responding. It'll probably shut down his social media, that kind of stuff, which implies guilt. I mean, if you're guilty, you want to run away and hide. If you're not, you want to tell the whole world, twice as loud as any other media that, what everybody's saying is wrong. So it's all but conclusive that, he did this. So, I mean, anybody touches any girl that I'm hanging out with or whatever, because I'm usually the DD for some friends and stuff once in a while. Somebody pulls some shit like that at the bar. If I don't just immediately get in a fist fight with them, I would at least call the cops and be like, hey, that's illegal. You can't touch people like that. And I'd also film it, because my word against theirs, that's nothing. Bunch of drunk people as witnesses. Wow, what a great idea. Then I'd be like, oh, bro, break this up right now. There's going to be severe consequences. And if they keep it up and they're not just like, oh, sorry, I had too much to drink. Sorry, whatever. Oh, it's going to stop. I mean, because if it's not somebody I know, it's going to be somebody else the next day. Yeah, you're either going home on a stretcher or you're going home with the cops. So for all these women to be like, oh, I'm not going to say anything about it. I'm not going to say anything about it. And then finally they talk to each other and they're like, oh, all 10 of us have the same story. Maybe we should grow some balls and do something about it. That was a kind of sexist comment until, of course, you realize that biology is a thing and that's what testosterone does. It makes you more confrontational and aggressive. But yeah, maybe some guy who witnessed this, because I mean, it wasn't just women, should have taken their balls out of their wife's purse and actually done something about it. It's the same bullshit as oh yeah, I knew about this guy in Hollywood, this producer, that politician, whatever, but I didn't say anything, until they're running for office or until this, until that, until this important thing 15 years later. Oh, cool. Yeah. Let him get more victims. Maybe he's got a little punch card. He's keeping track of how many victims he has. Don't do anything about it. Don't do anything to stop people like this. Come on. Now you got to check these motherfuckers real quick. Somebody steps out of line, I do not let that shit slide. I don't even understand people who would let this kind of shit slide. And I have zero sympathy for these women for not doing something about it within minutes. I mean, after some shit like what I'm hearing about what he pulled at bars and company parties and whatever the hell else, how did that not the next day become a little awkward when you see him in the office and you work with him on a daily basis? What the fuck even is the situation at this point? I do not get this, was what they did. So for everybody oh, but that's your victim blaming. This is hard. Nobody wants to start a confrontation. What if it's just their word against theirs? Who gives a shit? Maybe it's just my personality, but I don't stand for that shit. I don't care if the whole fucking world burns around me. I'm going to take down one motherfucker like this. So Zero sympathy for these women. Can I reiterate that one more time? They did the wrong thing. They waited too long to do something about this, and surprise, more women were victimized by him. Let me see, let me do the math real quick. Yep, that would leave it at 50% his fault and 50% their fault. He could have stopped it by not being a piece of human garbage, and they could have stopped it by telling everybody that he's a piece of human garbage. So 50-50 split right down the middle. So just one giant fucked up situation. I hope you guys learned something from it, which is stop people like this immediately. You need to stop this behavior. Don't wait until it's a, quote, group of women that he all works with reporting him to the higher-ups at Star City Games. And in fact, I'd either throw a drink in his face, punch him, slap him, or pepper spray him. I mean, women can get away with whatever the fuck they want in the court system. I mean, just look up the numbers. Women have like 1/3 the conviction rate for assault. So if they're like, he was touching me and I felt threatened, guess what? You felt threatened. You're a woman. Ta-da, free pass through court. You wouldn't even need a lawyer. I mean, come on. So yeah, every single douchebag like Todd Stevens deserves to get a full-blown visit from the Spice Fairy directly to the face. I mean, I'm not encouraging people to commit crimes. I'm just saying, that probably would be the result if you did. You'd just be like, oh, he was assaulting me by touching my leg. Any cop, especially female one's gonna be like, all right. Think he's gonna press charges and go to court and get that on the record? That on a headline? Pervert accused of touching woman in bar gets pepper sprayed in the face, files assault charges. Fuck no. I mean, you know what's an even better one? Asshole fondles woman in bar and immediately takes bar stool to the face from part-time, small-time YouTuber Desolate Magic. No, the guy's not pressing charges. No, they're gonna bury this. Harassed woman got beat up by a man. That is the headline that nobody wants to see the next morning after a night of heavy drinking. So anyway, yeah, this whole situation's a clusterfuck, but the real takeaway is that Star City Games, the entire company is a dumpster fire. Stay away from them. Stay away from the pervy-ass, crazy, liberal, amoral piece of shit employees. Don't go to their events. Multiple people have reported that their judges are a bunch of crooked, racist, sexist, hateful SJW activist douchebags anyway. Oh, and all the players are cheating anyway, so who gives a shit? And the prize money's garbage compared to a GP. Just fuck this whole company. Fuck you, Todd Stevens. Fuck this video, because I already knew with the tags in the title, it's not getting the fucking ads on it, so I don't even give a shit at this point. But hey, if you want to support the truth and the very, very conservative side of things, my Patreon link's in the description. And if you're some liberal nutjob who can't stand what I just said, once again, make sure you identify yourself in the comment section, because you need to go bye-bye. It's time for a timeout, you angry man, baby, until you learn to act like an adult. So yeah, from here, I hope Todd Stevens gets criminal charges. I feel like there's probably not enough evidence unless there is a video, which if there is, send it to me. I will get a lot of hits on it, and I will split the ad revenue 50-50. And shout out to Star City Games, the only place that pretends to be diverse and then refuses to hire anybody of certain religions or ability levels because they only give a shit about gender, skin color, and sexual orientation. Allegedly, from what I've heard from people on Twitter. And company photos. I hope your business goes bankrupt and every far left business like you. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next rant.